My name is Amanda Nicastro, and I will be presenting a traditional folktale from Hamelin, Germany, The Rat Catcher of Hamelin. The town of Hamelin had a problem. A biting, scritching, scratching, clawing problem. The town was plagued by rats. They bit the children, they ate the food, and they made noises in the roofs and the walls while the townspeople tried to sleep at night. They thought they were forsaken, they thought they were plagued forevermore. Until one day, a strange, motley dressed, tattered clothing stranger wandered into the town, chanting, "I am he, those who live shall see. I am the rat catcher." Rat catcher, they cried. Rat catcher, possibly our prayers have been answered. And they dragged the rat catcher to the town council in front of the mayor, and the mayor looked the rat catcher up and down and twisted his oily mustache, and he asked him, "Rat catcher, can you get rid of our rat problem?" And the rat catcher said, "Yes, yes I can. For a small fee, you see. I am a very, very poor man." The town council humphed and hurrahed, and the mayor twisted his oily mustache. For you see, despite their rat problem, the town of Hamelin was very, very wealthy, and they were very, very proud of their great treasure. But in the end, they decided they had no other choice. The rats must go. So they agreed. The town gathered while the rat catcher stood in the center of the city, and he took out a flute from his bag. And he played the most haunting, piercing melody you have ever heard. And in a little while, one could hear the little clitter, clatter, clitter, clatter of the rats pouring out of the houses, pouring out of the barn sheds, pouring from everywhere, gathering at his feet. And he led them out of the town, through the town gates, over the countryside, to the river Weser. And after the last one had drowned to its death, he put his flute back in his bag, walked to the town council, and asked for his payment. The town mayor looked him up and down, twisted his oily mustache, and said, "I'm very sorry, we cannot pay you. We just can't. I'm sorry." The rat catcher took a deep breath, nodded, turned, and went back from where he came from. The townspeople thought, our hands are clean of this now. We don't have any more rats, and we never have to deal with that poor peasant again. Early the next morning, while the townspeople were still in bed, the rat catcher came back to the city one more time. And he stood there, pulled out his flute, played his haunting, piercing melody once more. Except this time, instead of rats, little children came from the doors of the town, wiping the sleep out of their eyes, pulling on jackets and overcoats, stumbling over themselves to follow this haunting melody. And he led those children out of the city, through the town gates, over the countryside to the nearest mountain. And when they stood in front of that mountain, a great cave opened up, and every child followed the rat catcher inside. After the last one had stepped over the threshold, the cave closed up, and there was no evidence that any of the children had ever been there. When the townspeople awoke, they found the beds of all of their little children empty, and they lamented the loss of their greatest treasure of all. Thank you.